So there he is, filming the backsides of peacocks with no feathers. It's more like a comedy show than a wedding.
A wedding video or a sob story?
The video man scans the beach for topless women. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a prude. But not on your wedding video.
And that
Against the Bugs, a tropical wedding anniversary.
Look at the size of this.
The only person that was missing was Bellamy.
$40,000 couples will get married abroad this year.
Love is in the air, everywhere I look around.
They head into the sunset expecting perfection.
Love is in the air, every sight and every sound.
But according to travel writer Frank Barrett, they could be heading for a fall.
There's unlimited potential for things to go wrong if you get married abroad. Everything is out of your control. So if this is going to be the most important thing in your life, you're taking a hell of a risk.
And the wedding video can be the major disappointment.
And you're paying £150. I mean, it's a substantial sum of money, but for £150, you're not going to get Steven Spielberg or Cecil B. DeMille. You know, you're more likely to get to the local version of Les Battersby.
Jim and Donna Tomasi returned home from their holiday in a state of newly-wedded bliss. They just got married on Margarita, off the coast of Venezuela.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was a dream come true. It was perfect.
Donna looked great. The weather was perfect. And we did have a very good day.
The first thing they did was put in the wedding video.
We was obviously dying to see it. We expected something totally professional. Couldn't believe it. It was just awful.
But it actually started with the cameraman just panning around at anything. The actual people involved. He obviously had a sight problem because he just could not focus on anything. What about the music? I mean, where did they dig that up from? It was something from the archives. I was expecting Steve McQueen to come round in a car and pick us all up, and then we're going to have a porno movie shot.
And why have a photo shoot on top of this bank?
Bearing in mind this bank was like 1 in 30, you know, just like straight up.
Of course, wedding shoes you don't have any grip on. Jim was lifting up one side of the skirt, the cameraman was lifting up the other side. So my stepdad had to come in and help me up there.
You're holding on for dear life before you slip down again. And he's kept all of this on video, you know? It's more like a comedy show than a wedding. I was so bloody annoyed about it.
The cameraman then took them to the zoo.
The video man obviously was more interested in all the animals than us. So there he is, filming the backsides of peacocks with no feathers. We had other rodents running around that you'd never even seen before in your life.
We couldn't believe the cameraman had captured the zoo rather than us. It was our big day.
And then there was another point of where we was actually walking across the actual pond they had there. You know, arm in arm across the bridge. I actually turned to Donna and said, look, he's not even looking at us. And he wasn't. He was totally oblivious to us coming over, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, sorry, you know.
Just when they thought it couldn't get worse, it did. For Donna and Jim, the most important part of the video would be the recording of their wedding vows. Unfortunately, the microphone was favouring the nearby aquatic features.
All you can hear is the water fountains. You know, it's like standing in a shower for a week. We had our rings put on 2 petals on the table. And the cameraman's gone in, out, in, out, in, out, like this, just trying to get focus. And in the last 2 seconds, he actually got the focus, and then he went somewhere else.
He may have missed the rings, but the cameraman had a sharp eye for the irrelevant.
As a bride, I would say that everything in your wedding video is all of the perfect bits of your day. You don't want to see all of the mishaps. I just wanted to go back over there and punch him.
I haven't shown any of my family the video. It's just too embarrassing. Oh, here's our wedding video, sorry. At the end of the wedding video, believe it or not, there was flies actually flying in and out onto the cake and everything, and the next minute the screen just goes completely blank, and that's it. End of story.
Jim and Donna paid £2,211 for their holiday. First Choice says its wedding brochure stresses video quality may differ from UK standards, but it's paid the Tomases £160 in compensation.
It's devastating if your video turns out to be a disaster, because that's all you have as a record of your wedding. It's your one perfect moment in your life, and what you're going to end up looking at maybe is a carry-on film.
Sue and Mark Taylor were hoping for a fairy tale wedding in Cyprus when they booked with First Choice.
We wanted our wedding on video so that it's something you can keep forever.
I thought it was going to be so pretty, so lovely. I thought that I would want to play it over and over again for the rest of our lives.
Mark and Sue were eager to show the film to members of their family who hadn't been able to make it to Cyprus.
We were really looking forward to putting the wedding video on as soon as we arrived home. We couldn't wait. I realised straight away that we were in trouble.
There's me and my dad's wife stood in the doorway of the town hall, and straight away somebody just walked straight past us.
As soon as I go outside, the dress is completely lost. It looks radioactive. It goes from bad to worse.
The cameraman took Sue and Mark to a local beach for romantic shots.
And we thought it would be really pretty. In fact, I imagined pretty archways covered in flowers. Oh, what a fool I was. I'm in a 4-foot wedding dress, trying to squeeze through a 2-foot hole. And I couldn't believe it. And they just carry on filming this, and it's not edited. You couldn't walk properly on the sand. And I liken myself to looking like a duck. It just looked absolutely hideous.
God, I was gutted. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
I wondered what else was to come. Then the video man scans the beach for topless women. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a prude, but not on your wedding video.
I couldn't believe it. I could have smashed his face before I did.
Sue had hoped the video would show her £1,000 dress in a good light.
When we walk back into the hotel, the first thing you see is my dress looking yellow. Really yellow.
I don't understand how anybody could get a picture that far overexposed when that's what they're supposed to do for a living.
And then the music that's playing, it jumps all over the place. And the sound, along with the vision, absolutely spoils the effect.
But when the music finally did come together, the choice of song was odd.
It's Tina Turner singing I Don't Want to Fight Anymore. Hardly appropriate for our wedding day.
Devastated. Oh, absolutely devastated.
I broke my heart. I absolutely broke my heart. When people watch our wedding video, they laugh They don't mean anything by that, but they laugh.
Today, Mark and Sue celebrate their anniversary by putting on their wedding outfits at their home in Mansfield.
We can't watch the video, it's just far too painful. But the dress always looks good. She looks like an angel in it. She looks great.
The Taylors paid £1,523 for their holiday. First Choice refused to pay compensation. The couple went to court. They were awarded £300 plus costs. After the break, the Caribbean wedding proved a total washout.
Don't believe it. We paid a lot of money out just to come in a foreign place and be terrified.
And in your pants, some of the unwelcome guests at the Goan Hotel.
It looked like a barnacle, and it just exploded. I got afraid of my life.
The Caribbean, a favourite destination for lovers. Between July and October, it doesn't always look like this.
If you're going to have your wedding, you know, at that time of year, you've got to run the risk of it being swept out to sea on a hurricane.
Major, come here. Here, come on.
Clint Maloney and Joy Hartley have wanted to get married for over 10 years, but money has always been tight. So when Clint was made redundant, he decided to owe some of the money on the wedding of a lifetime.
I wanted to make it so special for Joy. It means the world to me, obviously. I wanted to take a place that I could really think of. Caribbean, I couldn't really think of anywhere better.
When he told me that we were going to the Dominican Republic for a cruise and stay, I thought it's like winning the lottery. We ordered a wedding dress. 7 weeks it took, it was handmade, and everything was prepared for the wedding.
The holiday kicked off with a cruise round the Caribbean islands.
Look at that shit, it's beautiful.
We're in another beach in the US Virgin Islands.
Alright, my buddy from England.
Even if we got to 50, I think you'd be lucky to see what we see. We had a bit of money and we thought, this is it, let's do it.
After a week, the couple arrived at their wedding destination.
Here we are in the Dominican Republic. Look at these homes up with it. It's like it's all over. The scenery was fantastic. There were swim-up pools to the bar. The sun was scorching hot. It was beautiful.
It was the perfect setting for the big day.
I pictured my wedding day to be a nice sunny day, manicured lawns, a pergola covered with tropical flowers, and obviously my other half with a big beam on his face, enjoying himself. And that's my wedding day.
It's a nice day to start again.
But the island was hit by a hurricane.
It's a nice day for a white wedding.
If you're going down the motorway at 100 miles an hour and you open the wind was just blowing like that.
It was so aggressive.
And the rain lashing down.
I don't believe it.
The drain was actually blocked. I tried to throw it out over the side, if you like. Oof, I got absolutely drowned.
This is the floor. Can you see what's in the floor? It's over here, on top of this settee.
The long-awaited wedding was a washout.
Got out of his room and everywhere was just obliterated.
Look at the roof.
Everybody was swimming and drinking here, that's all it was. Like a war zone.
Right enough, when we looked at the place where we were supposed to be married, everything was demolished. And I looked at it and my heart sank.
She was absolutely devastated, as I was. I mean, this shouldn't really matter, but, you know, we'd paid a lot of money out, and it was for, you know, nothing, basically, except just to come in a foreign place and be terrified.
The hurricane had damaged communication links, so Joy and Clint couldn't tell anyone at home that the wedding had been called off.
When we got to the house, there were banners and balloons and congratulations and just married and wedding presents and the full works, and I just burst into tears.
12 months on, Joy and Clint are still waiting to get married.
Look how beautiful this dress is. It's still brand new. They did say it was bad luck to try the dress on, but it was pushing it a bit when you couldn't even wear it on your wedding day.
You're talking £3,500 to be quite honest, which is no way we can, get that sort of money together again. I could work 24 hours a day and I wouldn't get it. So I don't know what we're going to do.
Joy and Clint paid £3,027 for their holiday. Thompson says it's sorry the couple's ceremony had to be cancelled and has refunded the cost of the wedding package. Billy and Sue Lively from Whitley Bay have been married 25 years. They've always holidayed in Europe, but to celebrate their anniversary, they went to India. They booked a 2-week holiday at a beach resort in Goa.
It is a silver wedding, and I thought it was going to be great, fantastic. I thought it was a place to be.
It was somewhere exciting and exotic and, somewhere really nice and different. And it was certainly that.
Billy and Sue chose their hotel from the Unijet brochure.
And it looked lovely, lovely grounds, lovely place.
But there was a side to the hotel the brochure didn't show.
Terrible.
I just couldn't believe my eyes. Bars at the windows. Total filth, just couldn't believe it.
Being in a prison.
Yes.
Bars again, but this is just ply, not even painted. Curtains hanging half down there.
Yeah, I'm not safe on the Dutchman.
We had a look in the kitchen. The kitchen was filthy dirty.
In your kitchen sink, it was just absolutely outrageous. Never been painted for years by the look of it. That's the dirty stains on the bed.
We went over to the beds, and the beds were all stained.
I'm not staying here. I'm not staying there. It's sort of, that's filth.
And I just sat down and I cried. I don't believe this. I've come all this way. I was on such a high, and then I was just dashed. It was just terrible.
Coming across to the back door.
The couple complained and moved rooms, but things didn't improve.
And the place itself, looking out from the balcony, it was like some go to Beirut.
And the facilities weren't even bog standard.
After you use the bucket to flush the toilet, because it doesn't work.
We told the rep again, it was starting to get like a saga now. She turned around and she said to us, well, you are in India, what do you expect type thing.
They didn't expect this.
The bugs were just everywhere. They're coming through the doors, they're coming through the windows, they're coming through the kitchen.
Nothing was sacrosanct.
Baby ants, daddy ants.
But they were bigger than what we have here.
Bullet head beetles, green things.
And nip.
Black with spots, and then he died. I had one that looked like a barnacle. It was about the size of my fingernail, and I touched it, and it just exploded with 8 legs. I fight of my life. It moved faster next to set.
I'd left my toothbrush out in the bathroom. On the sink with my toothbrush was all these insects crawling in and out of the bristles. I thought, oh God. I was sharing my shower, the toilet. It was their home. and the only person that was missing was David Bellamy.
Going to bed became an ordeal.
Everybody has a few too many to drink when you're on holiday, but we stayed sober because you've got to have your faculties about you when you went into that room.
The routine was spray yourself with insect repellent, then put the charger on for the mosquitoes. Well, I just slapped my pants and shirt on. Wife had a pair of pants on her head. Brave woman.
I was tying a pair of trousers from the top of my head so that the insects wouldn't get into my hair and in my ears. I don't know why I had a thing about them going in my ears.
And then there was the big green thing.
And there was this big green thing that was about 3 inches long. Just came over my shoulder. God, I nearly hit the roof.
We're lying on our bed, and this is what we're going to put up with. Look at the size of this thing. It's just not on.
It was just dreadful. We never slept all the time we were there. We were exhausted. Instead of having a nice, relaxing holiday, we were traumatised.
Billy and Sue decided to go home a week early.
The day I was coming home, I was walking around the swimming pool shouting to the other residents, I'm going home, just like the English footballers. I was absolutely ecstatic.
They paid an extra £414 for their flights.
I just wanted to get out of it. Enough is enough. I just wanted to get out.
Back in Whitley Bay, Billy and Sue have no doubt home is where the heart is.
Whitley Bay is an excellent beach, and compared to Goa, it is absolute paradise.
But there's one thing, it was one heck of a 25th wedding anniversary, and one I'll never forget.
The Liveleys paid £1,070 for their holiday. Unijet regrets the couple were disappointed and says it acted with speed and professionalism to find alternative accommodation. The company has now offered them £650 in compensation. After the break, meet Ellis, the Greek host who enjoys arranging entertainment for guests.
He punched me on the face, and I was trying to fend Tellis off while he was hitting me. And I was like saying, for Christ's sake, calm down.